Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering if you've seen me in this before, you have. I just shot a video in there. So yeah, I apologize, but I wanted to get this video out today. So a lot of you who watch my vlogs would have already known the intro to this story. I will be talking about my experience consigning with The RealReal. But before I get into this video, I just would like to put a disclaimer. This is not a video bashing The RealReal. This is not me telling you not to use The RealReal. This is not me telling you don't consign. I'm just speaking about my personal experience with The RealReal. Also, I would like to add that what happened could have happened to anybody. It's, you know, I'm not pointing fingers. It's not to blame them. I am mainly attacking how the situation was handled after, because these things happen, bad things happen, mistakes happen, human error happens. It's how you deal with the situation after the human error that speaks to your character as a person and as a company, I suppose. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Want to start off, I don't know where to start from, so I'll just start with So I've had a couple pieces in my closet that I don't pull for every day, a few designer pieces that I don't really pull for every day. For me, having designer items is not just about like, oh my god, I have these designer items and look at my closet, it's full of designer. I need to wear them. Like, I buy my clothes to wear them. I want to wear them every day. If I don't see myself pulling for them, if I don't see myself wearing them, then to me, they're not really serving a purpose, so I want to get them out. So I've had a few pieces in my closet that I haven't been pulling for. I have a lot of pieces like that, actually, that I have just not been pulling for. And I like to clear out my closet every 2 months. I go through my closet and just wipe out things that I'm not wearing anymore. I am like the queen of clearing your closet. So if you want me to come and help you clear your closet, let me know. Or if you want me to do a video on how I go through clearing out my closet, put that down below too, because I am the queen of getting rid of stuff. So I've had these pieces and somebody suggested, there's like hair in my face and it's so uncomfortable. Oh, somebody suggested using The RealReal. I used The RealReal once, many years ago, to sell a pair of shoes. I wasn't particularly impressed with them, but I was just like, you know, whatever. Maybe it was just because it was a pair of shoes, whatever. I didn't really pay attention to it. The customer service wasn't bad or anything. I just didn't like how they did the profit and loss. So on the website, I think it says you get up to 70%. You can get up to 70%, but in reality, I think it's like a 50-50 split or a 55-45 split. So they take a large amount of the commission that you make from selling the product. So they are a middleman and they make sure that they take their cut. In the future going forward, I don't think I would use a middleman again. I don't think it's a good idea for me. So I learned that from this situation. So I've been getting a couple emails from them over the past, like, I want to say a couple years, but when I decided to sell these items, I noticed it's almost like the universe was just like sending them to me, or they could feel that I wanted to get rid of them. So they reached out to me. I was like, you haven't consigned with us in a while. We can send you like a tracking, a label, and you can just send them in, So they made it super easy for me to mail the stuff into them. So I spoke to the guy on the phone. I was like, these are the pieces that I have, etc., etc. And he said to me, no problem. Just send them in. I'm going to send you a shipping label in your email, and you just print it off and bring it to UPS, and they'll do everything for you. He also explained that, you know, once they get the items and they've verified that these items are authentic, authenticated them, they would give me a price at what they were going to sell it for. And if I wasn't happy with the price, I could just tell them and they could just send it back to me. That was the part that like sold me, because I'm just like, yes, I want to get rid of these pieces, but I'm not going to get rid of them for pennies. So if I didn't like the price, I have no problem just taking the stuff and putting them back in my closet. You have to remember, they're going to take pretty much half of the profit of the purchase. So it has to be worth it for me too. So I was like, though there's nothing for me to lose, I will just send it in. If I don't like the price, I can ask them to send it back to me. I'm not in a hurry to sell these items. I don't particularly need to sell them. You know what I mean? So I sent the items in. I gave it to my husband to bring to UPS, and I remember on his way there, he was just like, I don't think you should sell this bag. One of them I've had for years, and he was like, I don't think you should sell these items. I have a bad feeling about this. I had a bad feeling about it, but I did it anyway because I was just like, they're just in my closet. I want to get rid of them. When I sent them off to the Real. I live in San Jose. They were being sent to San Francisco. I suppose they have a warehouse in San Francisco. From San Jose to San Francisco is 45 minutes. From where I live, from where I dropped it off to San Francisco is 45 minutes. So after about 2 weeks, I didn't hear anything from them. I didn't see the update on my account. So I was like, what's going on? So I sent them an email and I said, hey, you know, I sent the items in 2 weeks ago and I have not received whether you guys have authenticated it, whether you guys are going to be able to sell it, etc. blah, blah, blah. He emailed me back saying that he checked the tracking and that the tracking was showing that it wasn't sent out. So I was like, that's really weird because it's the same tracking that you sent me to print out to bring to UPS that I use. So I checked the tracking myself and the tracking showed me that it was received by them over a week ago. That it got to them. I don't remember if it showed like somebody signed for it or whatever, but it did say that it was received by them over a week ago. So I emailed him back with the tracking number and I was like, according to UPS's website, it's saying that it got to you over a week ago. He responded back saying, I don't remember what he said. It basically saying that, you know, they probably switched out the labels or something of the sort. He'll make sure that my account is updated now. So I was like, no problem. I didn't think anything of it. I just let it go. This is a big company that does this kind of thing all the time. Everybody knows the Real. So I'm not even thinking that something's going to go wrong at this point. 2 weeks later, I noticed that my account hasn't been updated with the products. Maybe like a little over a week, almost 2 weeks. And I'm just like, what is going on here? What's going on? So I emailed him again and I'm like, hey, I still don't see the products being reflected in my account. And I have not gotten an email with how much you guys are going to sell it for because I already knew that if I didn't like the price, I was going to ask for my shit back. Okay? He emails me maybe 3 to 4 days after saying, oh, our profit and loss team is on it. Basically saying, you know, they didn't get the items. They don't know where it is. They're looking for them. And they're kind of like trying to figure out where it is. Like I said, the items were sent from San Jose to San Francisco. 45 minutes. I don't believe that UPS lost that package. A lot of when you order designer online or anything expensive, a lot of these designer companies ship with UPS. When you buy your iPhone, they ship it with UPS. UPS does this type of thing a lot. Out of all the different shipping companies, UPS handles the most expensive stuff based on what I've seen. I haven't worked for any of these companies. I'm just saying that when I order stuff, I always notice who it comes with, and it's always with UPS. I don't think UPS lost it. I do believe that they did receive it, and something happened between them receiving it and putting it in their warehouse. Maybe I feel like they probably still have it. Anyways, so when he sent me that email, I was like gutted. I felt like my stomach just dropped. Because I didn't want to particularly sell those items. I was just going to sell them if it was a good price. I didn't particularly have a problem with them being in my closet. My husband called the company and spoke with them. And they were basically saying, oh, you know, this stuff is insured. So even if they do get lost, we will give it back to you at market price or something of the sort. Market value, whatever the market is going for. That to me was a little bit tricky because who determines the market price? Is it you? Are you the one determined? You know what I mean? Like it could go either way. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be chill. Like they have to, if they lose it, they have to give me back the value of the items. Like this is not a selling situation anymore. You lost them. So you have to, like the way I worked it out in my head is like, you lose if I send you this phone to sell for me, you lose my phone. Now you got to give me back all the money for the phone. It's not we're not going to divide profit and loss here because you would have to tell me how much you're going to sell the phone for and I would have to accept that price and then we would move forward. We didn't get there because you lost it, right? So I didn't say anything. About a week later, he emailed me asking me if I had any pictures of the items, or it doesn't have to be like the actual pictures, like anything online so that they can, you know, kind of look there, checking their tapes and all that stuff. I sent him the exact pictures of the items because I took pictures of all the items. So I sent it to him, and a week after I sent the picture to him, he emailed me saying, hey, Lauren, we're still looking at the items. Our profit and loss team is still working on it. I think he sent me this on a Wednesday. He's like, we're still looking in on it. Just want to keep you in the loop. Bearing in mind, the first couple of attempts, I was the one who had to reach out to them. So he reached out to me to ask me for pictures of the item, and he reached out to me, the next time he reached out to me twice on his own. The second time was to say that they're still working on it. They're still looking for it. The very day that he reached out to me, they on their back end, and I'll explain this later, on their back end, they had already ruled these products as lost. And so they had put money in the Real account for these items, but I didn't get that email until Monday. So on Monday I got an email basically saying your account has been credited. Your items sold. I'm sorry, your items have been sold and your account reflects like the prices that they were sold for. So I was like, the items sold? I just got an email from you on Wednesday saying that you guys were still researching this. So whatever the next move was that you guys made, I should have been informed. You had my phone number, you have my email, you should have picked up the phone and called me and said, Lauren, this is what's happening. We can't find your items, but this is what we're gonna do. He basically did not reach out to me with any of that information. He just said, oh, we're researching it. When I checked my Real account, it was showing that the items were sold on the very day that I was contacted by my client service advisor, saying that they were still researching it. They gave me, and I'm just gonna throw the figure out there, they credited my account $1,515 for 4 items. That was the price that they gave me for 4 of my items that went missing. Are you fucking drunk? Are you kidding me? So you give me $1,515 for one of the items in that. That's not even half the price of the bag. That's not even half of the price for the bag. The value of the bag. That's not even half the price, right? But that's what you're giving me. So I was like mind blown. So I sent him an email immediately, which he did not respond to. I said, hi, XYZ. I just got an email saying that I was accredited, but the last time I spoke to you, you said it was still investigation, and I did not hear from you again. I'm like, I was assuming that you're going to pay me back the price of the items because you lost it. So I was not, I wasn't given I wasn't given the opportunity to say that I didn't agree with this price, so send me my shit back. No response. We call the customer service number. We spoke to this girl that was a little bit, when she was talking to my husband, she was a little bit friendlier. I'm not saying that she was particularly rude, but when my husband passed the phone to me, I think that there was like a woman-to-woman moment where she knew what the fuck was about to happen. Like, you were talking to my husband at first and now I'm on the phone. So I felt her like inhale, not like inhale on purpose. She kind of like, hello? Because she knew that when I was going to come into the ring now, like my husband already, when you watch wrestling and you tap your partner in, like I'm in the ring now and I'm going to go off on you. So I said to her, I don't understand these prices. Because basically what the Real did when they lost my items, they treated it like they sold it. Right? They treated it like they sold it and I approved of the items. So let's just say this phone is $400. What the Real did when they lost the phone is they went ahead and pretended like they sold the phone. So the phone is worth $400. They pretended like they sold it for $200. And then, I'm sorry, my flash just came on. So they pretended like they sold it for $200 and then they gave me half of the $200. So I got $100 from a $400 phone for a phone that they lost. That's the best way for me to explain it. So they broke up the price of the item into 4 and gave me a quarter of it. So I can't even repurchase any of the items that they lost. What I was trying to say to the girl on the phone, she was saying, oh, we gave it to you at the prices that it would have sold for, at the highest price that it would have sold for, and we gave you the commission of it. I'm like, I don't have a problem with the way that you do business. I don't have a problem with the fact that this is how you do business. You take an item, you sell it for 50%, and then you break that up into 2, and you take one and I take one.
The main issue was that they didn't let you weren't necessarily sending off your items to sell. You wanted to see how much they were going to pay.
Right.
So the issue is that they didn't tell you, like, this is what we would pay you for the item. Mm-hmm. Instead, they're just automatically saying, this is what you're getting paid because we lost it.
Yeah.
You weren't 100% sure that you were going to get rid of everything. You were going to say, oh, I don't like this. You were going to say, I don't like this price. I'm going to take it back. That's the issue that we have.
Yeah, so that's what, hopefully you guys understand. I don't know if I was coming across, but that's what I was trying to say. It wasn't that I was necessarily going to sell these items. I wanted to see what the pricing was for it, to see if I was okay with it, basically. And it's funny because I had a few other items that I wanted to sell, and I just decided to send half of the stuff because I don't know, I just wanted to see what the prices were. So I only sent them 4 items, but if I had my way and if I wasn't thinking clearly, I would have sent them 8 items. So it would have been 8 items that they would have lost for me. So anyway, so basically my husband just included that. That's a main problem I had, which is what I was trying to tell the girl on the phone. She was like, oh, you know, we gave you the highest price possible. I'm like, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the way you do business, but I didn't get to choose whether I wanted to sell the item at that price. You can't assume that I would have been okay with that price. You didn't sell the item, you lost it. And really and truly, that's not my problem that you lost it. I understand human error happens, but it's not my problem that you lost it. That's your problem. I need to be fully refunded for my items. So I emailed back the guy that I was dealing with. I emailed back Alex and I said to him, hey, I do not want the money that you guys are giving me for these items. It's just not worth it for me. I want my items back. I want you guys to find my items, take the money out of my account. I want my shit back. To this day, he has not responded to my email, the first one or the second one. He has not responded. They basically said that she was gonna speak to some upper person about something and get back to us. She never got back to me. I tweeted it on Twitter, which you guys saw. I put that I will be making a video on my experience consigning with The Real Real and that I would never do this again. When I tweeted it on Twitter, they reached out immediately. I guess their customer service from Twitter is a little bit different and nobody wants bad press. They reached out to me on Twitter, but the damage had already been done. I wasn't interested anymore because I felt like you were dealing with me on a one-on-one basis and you didn't even have the nerve to call me back. The person that made it possible for me to send my items didn't even fucking email me back. Do you understand what I'm saying? The person didn't even reach out to me. So I don't know how they were able to tie my Twitter account to my email. I got an email from somebody from The Real Real in my email saying, you know, they were made aware of my situation and they were trying to call me and they'd like to talk to me about it. I didn't respond to the email. There's really nothing that you can say to me at this point. I understand human error. Trust me, I understand it, but you lost my items. You lost them. And you didn't even have the balls to reach out to me and say, hey, Lauren, we can't find your items. I had to reach out to you. If I never reached out to them and asked them what was going on, I have a bad habit of when I mail stuff, I throw the receipts away. If my husband hadn't been the one who would send those items off and left the receipt in my car, I would not have had that receipt from UPS. Yes, that's reckless on my part, but I'm just walking you through what would have happened. I wouldn't have had the receipt. So when I reached out to my client services rep and said, where are the items? Did you guys receive them? And he would have emailed me back saying, yeah, my tracking is still showing that it wasn't sent out. I would have been fucked. I would have gotten screwed. There would have been no way for me to trace the items. I would have just lost my money and it would have been dead. There would have been nothing. There would have been nothing I could have done if I did not have my receipt to prove that no. Not only did I send them, but y'all received them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Next story. If I hadn't emailed him the second time to say what's going on, there's nothing reflecting in my account, who's to say that he would have emailed me? They probably would have just hoped that I would have forgotten about it and it would have been dead. How they handled this situation after is the part that bothers me the most. Nobody was reaching out. And then the pricing that they're doing, I understand that they need to make a profit as well, but taking 50 to 55% of the price of something after you're selling it for 50% less, come on now. 2 of the items that I sent are not in production anymore. They're not being made by Louis Vuitton anymore. A wallet is not being made anymore and the bag is not being made anymore. My wallet is in perfect condition. Everything was sent to them in the box. Everything. With the receipts and everything. You guys, if you watch my channel, if you watch my vlogs, you know that when it comes to taking care of my things, I take super care of everything I own because I work really, really hard. And now I'm going to go into the next part of this video. When you buy designer, it's not just about, oh my God, I bought this phone because I needed this phone. Sometimes you're rewarding yourself for a moment in your life. People save up to buy a designer. Unless you're like a millionaire or a superstar or a basketball wife or a musician, and I'm not none of those things, where you can just walk into the store and buy whatever you want, whenever you want. Most of the times you save up for it and you're buying it for a special occasion. So it's not just a designer item. It's not just, I keep using my phone as an example. It's not just a phone anymore that was $400. You just took something that meant something to me and you diminished it to $400 if you keep opening at the fucking door. Yeah, so you just diminished my stuff to just a phone that's like $400. Whenever you buy designer, a lot of thought goes into it. Maybe it was like a gift or something. The wallet that was sent was a wallet that I bought for my birthday a couple years ago, like 7 years ago. I bought that wallet for my birthday 7 years ago. So the wallet that I had bought is a wallet that I bought a couple years ago. I bought it for myself in the Louis Vuitton store. It's after I had gone through like a really bad breakup and I was just going through a lot in my life. I was going through depression. It was just a very dark time in my life and I bought it as a gift to myself just to be, you know, just one of those nice moments. And then my life kind of picked up after that, not because of the wallet, but just because, you know, life happens, bad times happen and you go through them and whatever. And so that wallet was very symbolic to me. Also at the time I lived in Jamaica. I was making money I was earning Jamaican dollars. And I think at the time the wallet was, I want to say with taxes and everything, it was a little over $600. In America, $600 is $600. When you live in Jamaica and you earn Jamaican currency, it's not $600 anymore. It's a lot of money. We have to buy the US to convert it. The US dollar in Jamaican currency right now, I think it's $1 US is, I think, either $140 or $145. I'm just trying to break it down to you guys so you can see what it was for me. That's like money that I had to save, buy the US, come to the United States, and buy that wallet. So, you know what I mean? So for them to just take it, lose it, and be like, yeah, we're just going to refund you a quarter of what it's worth. It's like you don't care about, well, obviously you don't care about me, that's duh. But you don't care about how I went through getting these items. It doesn't matter to you. It's just a business transaction for you. Okay, I lost your shit. Here's 25% of what it's worth. Have a seat over there. No. Would I ever consign again? Abso-fucking-lutely never, ever the fuck not. I would never consign again. Ever. Ever. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that I will never consign again. Will I ever use the real again? I'm never ever using them again. Not because they don't have good products or whatever, but just because of the way they handled my situation after. I would never do business with them again. If I wanted to get rid of something designer, honestly, I might just come on here, make a video, let you guys know what I have. If you guys are interested in it, hit me up. Send me an email, or I'd put it on my Instagram. I feel like I would have to cut out the middleman because the middleman is just not working for me. I know there are consignment shops where you can bring your stuff, they authenticate it there and then, and they give you a price for it. I probably would do it like that as opposed to doing it the way that the Real does it. I would never do that again, where you're sending it somewhere, then they're putting it on the website, selling it and taking 50%. I would not do that again. It's just not for me. Me personally in this experience. And like I said, I understand that things happen. They can't control everything. They can't control external factors, and I totally understand that. But the way that it was handled after is where I lost faith in them as a company. So if you guys have any experiences with the Real or any consignment stories, good or bad, share them down below. I would love to hear more. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna reach out to them. I think when I do get that payout, I'm probably just going to close my account. I'm really, really disappointed. I'm really disappointed that the guy that I was dealing with the whole time that was like calling me to send my stuff in didn't even have the courtesy to call me and say, Lauren, the items are just missing and this is what we're going to do. No, like if he had done that, I feel like I wouldn't have been upset and I would have been like, yeah, it's okay, I understand. I honestly would have done that. I probably would have done that. Sometimes communication is just, it's how you handle a situation that predicts the outcome of it. But me just getting an automated email saying, oh, your items have sold, I was pissed the fuck off. Like, come on. So yeah, this has gone on long enough, but I wanted to come on here and make this video because I wanted to share my experience, and maybe it will help somebody else out there who's looking to consign. Hold on to your receipts. Okay, if you ship it through UPS or something, make sure that you have the receipt, and don't ship it on your own. Make sure that you make an account with them and use their shipping label, because if I didn't use their shipping label, it wouldn't have been insured at all. So if I had shipped it to the Real on my own without using their shipping label, I just had shipped it to them and then contacted them, I would have been responsible. They would not have been responsible. It's in their like fine print or whatever. So just in case you guys are thinking of consigning with them. So my name is LaurenOLauren. You guys can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at LaurenOLauren. Check out my other videos if you feel like, and comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace, love, and light. Bye.